We are out here today on a private pond, and we're throwing spinnerbaits and frogs. I had one on the frog so far. There's one. Whoop. Not as big as the last two, but it's a fish. It's a fish. So, I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'm going to run into a wall here. But there were actually bubbles, and he was spinning on bait fish or something. And there he is, popped right out, not too shabby. The little guy about to run into these sticks on accident. Just in the nick of time. But yeah, I'm basically just casting up into these kind of wooded little areas, and actually I think they're in shadows right now, just 'cause it's kind of the middle of the day, but camera view is alright. And as you can see, he knocked the snot out of this, which is a good thing, because the last two were kind of finicky fish. Hopefully I got that jump. Always check your line after a fish jumps like that, because you can see it was all twisted like that. Then you kind of fix your wire there, make sure she's straight, and even kind of do a little flip out and watch it come back in. Let's see if we can get another one right off of here. The last two were about 3-pounders, of course, not on camera. That's always how it works. Try another cast in here where that big one was sitting that I just got. There's one. Just barely got them hooked on the trailer hook. See, they're kind of nipping at it a little bit. They're really not choking it, but I am catching them, so it's really not, I guess, worth changing. I could probably go to like a fluke or something and pick a few more up that way, but I'm having fun catching them this way, so that's the way I'm going to fish for them. That probably gonna have to be retied pretty quick, but I think we can get another fish out of it. Hopefully a big one. We just got 2 little ones on camera, and I had 2 big ones probably the last 4 casts before that, so. And I'm really not letting it sink very much. I mean, I'm probably fishing about 2 or 3 feet down. And I can feel them waking it. I don't know if you guys do a lot of spinnerbait fishing or not, but your blades will start feeling different. They'll still come in fine and it'll still work fine, but the blades will actually feel different because the bass is right behind it. And sometimes they bump the blades too a little bit, but most of the time, sun's probably killing it over there, but most of the time you can feel fish when they're following these. For some reason their wake behind the lure kind of gives them away, if you will, and you can kind of maybe work the lure a little bit more, you know, give it some more twitches or whatever you want to do. I'm certainly not a spinnerbait expert, but I've caught a lot of fish on spinnerbait, so that makes me at least qualified to say a few things about it, I would hope. And I'm just kind of rolling and recording here, and I'll probably have to edit this later, all this casting and talking, but yeah, spinnerbait fishing. I'm basically throwing a bluegill imitation. I guess I can actually show you guys the spinnerbait that I'm using. When I bring it up here. So I'm using a Strike King Premier Plus spinnerbait, which is actually, I'm giving a couple of these away right now because I just got the 50 likes. But yeah, that's it. It's got a willow leaf blade that's like a copper color, and then a silver Colorado blade. And it's just a bluegill color. One more cast. Paddle out of here. Oh, I got a fish. Yep. Not a big one again, another dink, but oh, this one's not as bad as the last two. He's not ready to be landed, even though he's right next to the boat. How about that? And he choked it. He got the whole kit and caboodle here. I'm about to run right into shore. There we go. There's a nice fish. A 2-pounder maybe, I don't know. Probably the last fish I can catch without retying, so I'll shut off. And don't be scared to go shallow. I mean, I know that, like, fish on though. I know that a lot of people kind of think once the summer's over, just a hit right in there. That, little bluegill or something. No, that's a big old stick I got. We call this a Brooklyn Schnook. That's a 10-point Brooklyn Schnook. That's a nice one. But yeah, don't be afraid to go shallow. You're gonna get hooked up like that and stuff. But sometimes that more natural presentation of them coming kind of like darting out of the shallows kind of gives that bass a little more, I don't know, something to look at that looks a little bit more natural. I just made, see, there's really no cover, but there's 2 points coming. You can see a point that comes out there, so you can assume the water's kind of shallow in between those 2. And I actually just made a cast, just kind of a random nowhere cast, which is always a good thing to try. Just do a weird cast every now and then, maybe out to deeper water. And I got a hit. I missed them, but I got a hit. Geez, he's not long, he looks fat. Oh, that's a good one. Well, and he got off. Or is he not? Oh, it's still on. He's still on there. There he goes. I thought it was a good one, but not so much. Kept them on the whole time. Really hot, and the fish that I've been touching have been very hot. And that just lets you know that the water temperature is obviously hot if the fish are hot because they're cold-blooded. There's one right at the boat. I really hope the camera caught that. That was cool. Again, not a giant, but we'll take it. Alright. want to be snagged in the back? No. Whew, nothing but fight in him. Nothing but fight in him. Ooh, he's talking to me. But I mean, look at this. Just fat, fat, fat fish. And hard to complain. Look at this. He's got a tail down his mouth. A big bluegill tail. What a greedy, greedy fish. That is so cool to see that. I really hope the camera's picking that up. Oh my gosh. That's cool. See, again, you kind of look down this bank. And I'm pretty close to it right now, but in a kayak it doesn't matter quite as much. But so there's one willow tree here. So does that mean there's fish in it? No. But it's a different type of cover, and it provides a lot of shade. And then there's these logs next to it, so kind of bodes well for a couple fish at least being in here. Doesn't mean they're going to hit what I'm throwing, but something to target, as they say. Oh yeah. Well, not exactly on the willow tree, but pretty close. Oh, that's the old quick release. But obviously it's something. That one hit it pretty hard. That's a little better. That's a little better one. Whoa! He's about to throw it too. That's a little better. That's a little nicer of a fish. Not huge again, but a little nicer. He hit it pretty hard, as I was just complaining about not getting hit very hard. Big ones you guys didn't get to see yet. Hopefully, yet is the opportune word. Hopefully I can get into a couple of good ones, but there's one. I don't know if it's good. Oh! He's a flying bass. He wasn't very big. Hopefully that got on camera. Oh, goodness. That was a good jump. He hit that log and thought, I'll just pop up. Same thing though, that was not a very hard hit at all. Just kind of felt weight on there, so. Oh, that was a good hit. Another not a giant bass, but good hit. He gave me a shower. My lens is probably all covered up now. Ooh, I gotta get out of here so I don't get my rod tips all tangled. So there's a fish on this. You can see that line going. And that's a fluke bite. Oh God, he's running right at me. Holy smokes, it's a bullet. I think I let him take it a little too long. But another solid fish. Oh yeah, I let him choke it. Not good. Not good.